Hey guys, today I'll show you a horror film named Night of the Demons, Part 3. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care! The movie begins with a spooky shot of the moon, which transitions to a shabby gate. A cop car passes through this gate, which seems to be some kind of portal into another dimension. Now we see a cop named Hat, who is on watch duty. It turns out that he is actually at Hull House, which is a hotspot for demon activity. Now Hat hears some creepy laughs, so he enters Hull House. As Hat looks around the house, a ghost appears to flex her sexy figure, and her name is revealed to be Angela. Hat tells Angela that she shouldn't stay here because the house is believed to be haunted, but she says that she wants to be ready for Halloween night. However, Hat reasons that there was a massacre here not too long ago, and asks Angela to check out Daniel CC Movie Channel for proof. Eventually, Hat tells Angela that she has to leave because he is the law here. He even flexes his badge to assert dominance, but Angela simply snatches it with her powers. She then uses Hat's own badge to send him straight to Halloween hell. Now we see a van on the road. Inside this van is a stud boy named Big G, who is tongue massaging his salty girlfriend, Lady Bro. Along with them are their friends Nick, Joker, and Nerd, all of whom want to do something fun for Halloween. We now meet a nude girl named Kitty, who gets peeped on by some bully kids. She shoos their smelly butts away and proceeds to undo her nudity, but is interrupted once again. Luckily, it's just her friend Babe, who has come back from cheerleading practice. Babe decides to join Kitty in her nudity, and the girls talk about how difficult it is to be a cheerleader. Kitty seems to like Babe's body and is somewhat jealous of her juicy melons. However, Babe doesn't have time for creepy peeping, so she goes to shower while Kitty flexes her nude body without blurring it. Meanwhile, Angela uses her powers to guide Hat's car into a parking zone. We move back to Big G and Lady Bro, both of whom are annoying Nerd because of his demon mask. Lady Bro gets insulted by Nerd, so Big G starts choking him using his big hands. Nick gets annoyed and threatens Big G to stop the bullying. Nerd apologizes and resumes his driving, but Big G and Nick get into another war of words, rather than muscles. Now we see both Babe and Kitty, who are finally dressed, but are also dealing with a broken car. Back inside the van, Nick and Joker engage in some yo mama jokes, and Nerd decides to join in on the fun. Big G humiliates him some more, and then the group finds the lost girls. They offer a ride to them, but Babe exercises caution. Despite this, Kitty spots Big G and awakens her kitty cat hormones, so she decides to get into the car. Babe is hesitant at first, but eventually follows suit. Kitty is disappointed to see Lady Bro smooching Big G, and Babe seems to recognize Nick from her class. However, Nick says he's an alpha male and even insults Babe, so she calls him a jerk. Regardless, the group reaches a gas station and decides to load up on supplies. Joker wants to get some booze, but Nick wants to get freaky with Babe, so he makes up with her, and the couple begins to flirt their hormones away. Joker uses a fake ID to buy the booze, but the store owner doesn't fall for his tricks. It leads to a heated argument, where Joker uses a yo mama joke, so the store owner pulls out his shotgun. This triggers Big G, so he snatches the shotgun from the store owner and threatens him with it. A couple of cops enter the store and it leads to a tense shootout. Nick saves Babe from a bullet using his bulletproof muscles, but Joker gets shot in the stomach rather than his joking mouth. The old cop is blasted with the shotgun and the young cop is knocked down. After a hectic sequence, the group escapes, but Nerd picks up the cop's gun while wearing his demon mask. Joker is not looking good, so the group suggests taking care of him. But Big G is in savage mode, so he drives the van madly like a Ferrari horse. The old cop manages to survive his injuries thanks to a bulletproof vest, and then he reviews the CCTV footage with his partner. Along with them is their boss, Detective, who is keen on figuring out what exactly happened, because the footage is a little inconclusive. Detective calls the store owner to have a chat and decides to show him some magic. He pulls out some cards and invites the store owner to draw one of them. It turns out to be a Miranda card, which means that Detective will lock up the store owner if he doesn't start telling him the truth about the alleged robbery. Detective jokes about making holes in the store owner's body, and then we see some holes in the van, which were caused by the cops' bullets during the earlier shootout. Joker is hanging on to dear life, and Nick tells Big G to hurry up. However, the fuel tank is running low, so the group gets into an argument. Nick insults Big G, so he pulls out the shotgun on him, but Lady Bro calms everyone down by saying they can go to the Hull House. Everyone thinks this is a bad idea, except for Big G, so he drives towards Hull House. Afterward, we see Detective talking to the young cop about the leaking van. He takes away his cigarette and lights up the spilled fuel to assert dominance, after which he figures out a way to track Nick and his group. Now everyone reaches the Hull House, but Kitty wants to keep herself away from it. She mentions the portal gate is powered by an underground stream, which is used to keep demons at bay. However, Big G ignores her and drives through the portal gate. Nick doesn't want to leave Joker because he can't be moved, but Big G wants everyone out of the van. Nick calls him a chicken shit, so he knocks him down with the shotgun. Kitty keeps saying the Hull House is possessed, but Lady Bro mocks her, and the group breaks in. The Hull House looks quite lavish, unlike what we saw earlier when Hat had come. Joker's condition grows worse, so Babe taunts him by taking off her jacket to relax his eyes. Kitty maintains that everyone should run away, but Big G shoots at the walls to flex his big muscles. However, this triggers Angela's demon form, so she breaks out of her seal and rushes to the group. Nerd spots a wet hole in the wall that Big G shot, so he inspects it, but is hit with some gas. Lady Bro mocks Nerd's virgin life, but then Angela presents herself. Big G threatens her with a gun, but she says she lives here and is only waiting for Halloween kids. Suddenly, Nerd reveals the gun he picked up earlier, so Nick asks him to hand it over. Tensions rise as the men get confrontational with each other, but Angela seems to perform some magic on Nerd. He manages to convince Big G to leave him in charge of Angela and the others, so he tells Nick to check out the house. Nick is pushed into a room, while Big G decides to give Lady Bro his big sausage. Now, Angela decides to play some demon music and distract Nerd, who is guarding the others. Her seductive dance is puzzling to the girls, but she manages to keep Nerd's nerdy hormones occupied, so they escape with Joker. Nick walks out of the room and sees Big G in the middle of some smelly hormone yoga with Lady Bro. He is told to get back to work, so he reluctantly agrees. The girls take Joker to the van, and Babe tries to start it up, but suddenly decides not to leave without Nick. Later on, Angela makes Nerd weak in the knees, as she pumps all the nerdy bullets out of his soft gun. She even spits out the bullets in an impressive display, and proceeds to give him a tongue massage. However, Angela's tongue is not meant for massaging, and she uses it to rip through Nerd's brain. As Big G and Lady Bro wrestle their muscles, Nick tries to sneakily grab the shotgun. However, Big G spots him and shoots at him. Luckily, Nick evades the bullets, but Babe hears the shotgun, so she rushes toward Hull House. But Babe suddenly hears the radio inside Hat's car in the parking zone, so she tries to call for help. Kitty leaves Joker alone and goes inside Hull House, thinking that Babe is also here. However, Angela shows up and takes her away to a secluded area. Here, she tells Kitty that she needs to step up and become a wild cat. Kitty agrees with Angela and massages her tongue with her. However, Angela gets too freaky and Kitty pushes her away only to see her demon form. Kitty tries to escape like a catty, but Demon Angela attacks her, ending her meowing life. A giant spark is flashed as this happens and Big G notices it, so he decides to check it out, despite Lady Bro's reservations. Meanwhile, Detective drives towards the Hull House despite being retired, because he wants to make a citizen's arrest. Big G checks the scene of the crime but finds Kitty alive and well, as if she has 9 lives. She starts to undress and feasts on Big G's small and smelly part, which means she has also become a demon. Babe looks for Kitty, but finds Nerd on the floor with his mask on. Nerd merges with his mask to show he had become a nerdy demon, after which he chases Babe after her strong smell. Even Joker hears a hormone voice calling out to him, so he fights a raging battle to extinguish his flames of desire. Joker fights through the pain because he wants to experience heaven, but is sent to hell as Demon Nerd drives the van over him. Big G hears this, so he ends his hormone yoga with Kitty Cat and goes to inspect the van. Lady Bro can't believe that Big G got freaky with Kitty, so she slaps her, but Kitty becomes a demon and slashes her chest. Lady Bro runs away in fear and screams for help in a chicken voice, but to no avail. She then meets Angela, who taunts her as well. As Lady Bro tries to find a way out, we see Big G throwing a fit as his van has been damaged. Detective is told by his assistant that Hat hasn't checked in for a while, so he decides to go to Hull House himself. Now, Lady Bro's hand turns into a snake and plays with her in a menacing sequence. The snake hand goes down to her lady part, so she becomes Lady Gaga and enjoys the stimulation. However, the snake hand turns around and attacks Lady Bro, ending her high and dry life. After this, Nick attacks Big G and the men get into intense muscle wrestling. They trade blows and wind up in the same room where Lady Bro met her end. Eventually, Nick emerges victorious, so he leaves Big G lying on the floor like an unexpected turd. Nick picks up the shotgun and heads out of the house, after which, we see Babe desperately trying to radio for help after breaking into Hat's car. Suddenly, Hat shows up and scolds Babe for messing up his car. Babe tries to explain what's going on, but then Hat reveals his hatless head, which is still bleeding from Angela's attack. Babe runs away from Hat and passes the gate's portal while he gets deflected and is burnt to hell. Babe realizes that the demons can't cross the portal gate, but then she is jump scared by Nick. He wants to go save the others, but Babe isn't too keen on this. The couple even walks over Joker's body without realizing he's there, hinting that their personal beliefs are not welcome in today's day and age. Now Babe and Nick find Demon Nerd inside the Hull house. He cracks a yo mama joke once more, so Nick smacks him in frustration and takes Babe away before Demon Nerd starts cracking dad jokes. The couple runs up the stairs and they enter the attic while Big G recovers and finds Nerd's gun. Babe is in a state of panic, so Nick decides to comfort her using words first and muscles later. She wants to know why he did this, so he says he won't get a chance to do it again. Babe and Nick are about to trade hormones, but Demon Nerd interrupts the fun. They manage to slow him down with an industrial chemical and make an escape. Detective enters the house at the same time and he verifies his identity, so Nick gives him the shotgun but gets cuffed as a result. Then, Big G finds Angela and threatens her, but she manages to trick him with her evil words. This prompts Big G to use Angela as a fake hostage, and he confronts Detective along with Babe and Nick. A tense standoff follows, as Big G wants Detective's car to get away from here. After a lengthy argument, a shootout follows, but Detective takes down Big G with ease. The group tries to enter Detective's car, but they find Demon Hat inside it. Even Joker shows up as a demon, as do Kitty Cat and Nerd. Detective and Nick fire their guns at everyone, but it's of no use, and then a snake bites Detective. It turns out to be Demon Lady Bro, and then Angela tells Babe to sacrifice herself if she wants to save Nick. This is because she is a virgin, and her soul can help Angela become mighty again. Angela cannot take Babe's soul without her permission, so she decides to use her virgin powers to save Nick and Detective. Now Angela slices Babe's cuffs and takes her demon army to Hull House. She revives Big G as a demon and leads him inside the house, so that the demons don't get burned by the rising sun. It's time for Babe to make her sacrifice, but Detective and Nick come up with a quick plan. Detective distracts Angela with a magic trick and stabs her, after which Nick slams her with the car. Angela survives, but vanishes at first, so Detective uncuffs the couple. However, just before they escape, Angela shows up and sends Detective to meet Jesus by ripping out his heart. Nick figures the sun is rising, so he takes Babe past the portal gate, but Angela holds on to her. After an intense struggle, the sun rises and burns Angela to hell and damnation, so Babe and Nick survive the ordeal. However, Babe states that she must come back here every Halloween to prevent innocent people from falling into Angela's traps. The movie ends with Angela wishing us a happy Halloween, hinting that she will return once again. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.